week on the Autocar Show, we bring you a first look at Maruti Suzuki's first luxury car, the Kizashi. And we bring you all the glitz, glamour and winners from the Autocar Awards 2011. Hello and welcome to the Autocar Show. Now we all know Maruti Suzuki as the one who's been ruling the roost in the small car segment. They're very popularly known for their small cars, but for a long time now Maruti Suzuki have been wanting to get a foothold into the luxury segment. Well, they're finally here with the Kizashi. Let's take a look at it and see if it will give them a step up into that position. Well, it definitely looks good sitting on those large 17-inch wheels. It gives it a lot of attitude. Though it's unmistakably Suzuki in its design language, it has a certain flair to it. The front has a large open-mouthed look with the bonnet creases flowing in on a singular line into a U-shape under the air dam. The typical honeycomb grille is there and the double-barrel headlamps add some zing. The side profile shows up the Kizashi as a well-proportioned car and tightly skinned saloon with a sporty stance. The rear is nice too, with the C-pillar flowing all the way down to the smart tail lamps. A nice touch is the smartly styled double exhaust pipes in chrome. Well, it's definitely not anything we're used to seeing from Maruti. On the inside, much more upmarket in here. Good quality interiors, though some of the bits of plastics could have been better. But I like the central console. It's flat, it's integrated. I like the slashes of chrome that give it some sportiness. Even the dials have a chrome ring around them with a little bit of a retro look. The steering wheel is nice to the feel. And the good part is that there really is only one trim level, be it the manual or the automatic that you buy. So what you see is really what you get. Take a look around. Smart leather upholstery, steering mounted controls and a CD player along with USB port, plus loads more. Boot space is not cavernous like some others in this class, but it's adequate, offering up 461 litres of space. At the other end, under the hood, lies the 2.4-litre engine. The engine is the same, you've seen it in the Vitara. It has 178 bhp and 23.45 kgm of torque. Will that be enough? The bottom end really isn't the strength of this engine. In the city, it feels a bit hesitant, feels a bit jerky, and it can be quite irritating at times. But take it out on the highway and that's when this engine really comes into its own. It gets up to triple digits quite easily and the top end feels strong. The thing is, with the Kizashi, you have to work the gears a bit to get the best out of the car. So once you get used to it, it does quite well in city traffic too. The gears themselves are a bit rubbery and I would have preferred a more positive shift. The engine gets a bit buzzy at higher revs too and is quite audible inside the car. The manual Kizashi definitely felt better to drive than the auto, which comes with a CVT box. We drove the auto as well, and here's what I felt. The CVT gearbox feels a little sluggish and it has that typical rubber band effect where it really feels like it's revving more than the car is actually accelerating. But the thing is that the Kizashi is well equipped and it comes with a paddle shift for the auto version, which means if you don't like the auto box, you can drive in manual mode quite easily. In the manual mode, the gearbox reacts quite quickly to inputs and shifts up or down on demand. Out on the highway, we also got to test the high-speed stability. At dead center, the steering does lack a little bit of feel and feels a bit inconsistent, but actually it's quite quick to turn in after that. And I must say that out on the highway, the Kizashi feels very planted, very solid, especially at high speeds. It feels like the luxury car that it's meant to be. The back seat is quite comfortable. When you sit in front, it doesn't look like there is so much space in the back seat because the seats sort of have this slant. The bottom part is scooped out, which gives you quite a lot of leg room. The seats themselves are comfortable. There's good under-thigh support. There's good lumbar support. So quite a comfortable place to be in. There is a central tunnel and the backrest in the center doubles up as the armrest. The center of the seat is slightly raised too. Now, all of this means that though the third passenger may fit in, he will not be comfortable in this space. The back seat is best for two. Now, the area where Maruti Suzuki have great experience is with the Indian road conditions, and the engineers have tuned the suspension really well for ride quality. What's really nice in the Kizashi is the ride quality. The bumps and potholes just don't filter through to you, especially the low-speed ride. It's very pliant, it absorbs everything. And what's nice as well is that it sort of isolates you from the outside world quite nicely. So quite the luxury backseat. These qualities of the backseat make it feel like a premium car. Now, this is our first test drive and we haven't done a full-blown test, so we don't have things like fuel economy figures and details to really form a full impression. But this is just the first look. Definitely the most luxurious Suzuki we've seen so far and a very well put together car. But does it have what it takes to match up to its rivals? Maybe not. It does lack in a few key areas like performance and interiors. Still, even though the Kizashi doesn't sort of jump out and grab your attention as a luxury car, it does grow on you once you have it for a while. It also has some really good bits. It's very well equipped. It's got a comfortable back seat. It's got good ride quality. It isolates you well from the outside. And of course, it comes with the peace of mind that you have with the Maruti Suzuki brand. Now, Maruti have also been known to price their cars really well, and pricing will play a key role in the success of the Kizashi. Stay tuned right after this break. You'll get to find out who the winners were at the Autocar Awards.